traders, I hope you are good. Muro here. I recently had really a lot of things to do and private and less time to make new videos. Sorry about that. This is just a quick video on a topic. A few members in the group asked me how we can choose the right zones to trade, the right rally based drop zones, for example, or drop based rally zones, because they had difficulties to choose the right zones. And I mentioned the so-called reversal structure pattern. Okay, the pattern, guys, the reversal structure pattern is basically the consolidation that comes after a rally. Okay, after each rally you have a consolidation and then either a continuation or a reversal, right? So we call this pattern the reversal structure pattern because its structure, it has a certain structure. Okay, and as you see, you have it after a rally. Sometimes it is really perfect, sometimes it is ugly, but it has a certain form. Okay, you have 2 or 3 swing highs and swing lows at similar prices. Okay, that's all you need to know. 2 or 3 swing highs, that means highs here. No, we had 3 highs there. Okay, at similar price, as you see. And similarly we had 1, 2 swing lows, and the third swing low was a bit higher. But basically this is what you need to know. Okay, this pattern, guys, after each rally you have it in all the time frames. This is a fractal that you have in all the time frames. So when this whole box that I have marked is the pattern, right? But you have it also here, because after the rally happened here, you also had a consolidation, right? And then a drop, and then here again. And even on the 1 minute chart, on small here, you probably had that, most likely had that pattern, guys. In the small time frame, like on the 5 minute or so. In the fractal itself, you also have the fractal. Okay, when you, for example, when the price goes up here, you zoom in into the 1 minute time frame before the price drops, then you also will see that pattern because it is in all the time frames. Okay, so now I have the H4 chart here, and as you see, I have marked some of them, the most obvious ones. When the price rallies, then you have the pattern and then a reversal, as you see, and then again that pattern. You have 1, 2, 3 swing lows at similar price and swing highs at similar price here, 1, 2, 3, and then price breaks out and continues on the rally. Okay, here as well, guys, you see the price rallies, then a base, and then another rally. This is a rally based rally, and this demand zone basically is the pattern itself. Okay, the pattern, the so-called reversal structure pattern. And why am I telling you about this pattern? Why am I explaining you this pattern, and how do we determine the good zones to trade? Guys, it is because we know how this pattern looks, right? I mean, it doesn't always look the same, but it has a structure. We know that we have 2 or 3 highs and lows at similar price. So what we can do, guys, is we have opportunities in these during these consolidations. When the price rallies and reaches 7k here, okay, then we know that it will eventually, after it came down here, okay, and forms these reversal candles here, bullish engulfing and so on. What we can anticipate, guys, is that the so-called reversal structure pattern is forming. Okay, we had one high, and now we have the bullish engulfing, price rallies, we have the second high, and price, when it comes down, we know that it eventually will go will go up again, because we still have not formed the pattern. Okay, here similarly, when you have one high and the price comes back maybe into a smaller time frame demand zone, then you know eventually that the range is about to form, and you maybe you only had one high and one low, but you are looking for 2 or 3 highs and lows at similar price. So this is something really useful, guys. It is really useful because you can then after you only had one low, anticipate that the price will revisit that low again. Okay, and maybe another time, a third time. And the direction of the breakout, which direction the price will go, we never know that for sure before it happens. But what we can do is we can long the bottoms, the swing lows, okay, and we can short the tops, so that when the price goes down, if you short here at the top, then you will have a good entry for that short. And if you long the bottom and you get stopped out, okay, then you was wrong. But if you long the bottom and you was right, then you will have a good entry for the long position here at the lows with a tight stop. That's what it's about. And sometimes you have help. Sometimes you have help like higher time frame zones. Like this is the H4 zone right now. But when you have on the daily no resistance, let's say the price is here, and on the daily or weekly you have no resistance, the next resistance is here, okay? What you can then anticipate is that the price will continue to go up, and you can have the the bias that the price will continue to go higher, and you can try to long the consolidations, okay, until you have reached the higher time frame zone of resistance of supply, and then you have to be careful. Similarly, guys, it is on the H4 time frame, for example, when how shall I explain? Let me go on the daily time frame real quick. And as I told you guys, this is a fractal in all time frames. Look here, on the daily you have the fractal here. One high, you had one high here, then a low, right? And then another high, then a low, another high. And now we already had 1, 2, 3 highs. And 1, 2, and yes, 2 lows. And the third low is a bit higher than these two. But we have the pattern on the daily forming right now. What you can do is, guys, when you have higher time frame zone as target, let's say we have this supply zone as target, okay, when the price had reached this demand zone here, and we did long, let's say we did long, some members did that, congrats in the group. I didn't post a trade because of all the things that I had to do this week, and I didn't trade myself. I took a small position before I went sleeping, but with a wide stop somewhere here my stop loss was, and I longed here, just a small position to not completely miss out. But it is not tight entry trade that I took, a small position. Anyways, so what I'm trying to explain, guys, is when you have a higher time frame zone as target, then you can anticipate that the price will break out to the upside and reach that zone. Okay, hope it is clear. That's something that can help you to anticipate and determine the direction of the breakout, so you can long the lows during a consolidation. Okay, let me zoom in here to the recent PI. Yes. So also here we have the pattern forming right now, guys. This is the pattern, Okay, let me remove this here first. So we had, maybe even go into the 5 minute, so I can show you that we have this pattern everywhere. Here, price rallies, consolidation. Here as well. Look here, guys, you had one high, then a low. Here is the demand zone, then price decides to go higher. Price rallies, and then again forms that so-called pattern. Okay, and here as well, look, price rallies, guys. Then it forms that pattern. Here you have the after the price, look, this bullish engulfing. Okay, the price rallies. Let me zoom really here. The price rallies, then comes down, makes that low, right? So what I told you is always when you have a rally, you can mark that rally, right? You can mark it, and then the next low after that. Okay. So what you had then is a bullish engulfing. Price came up into this zone of supply, and this is only 5 minutes, guys. We don't have big moves in the 5 minute, but I just try to explain you that this fractal is in all time frames. Okay, so the 5 minute, I am not showing you this so that you trade this, because these moves are not even worth trading. Look, this is a $50 range here, but I want to show you that this fractal is everywhere. Okay, so when the price formed this supply zone, it came down, then you had a bullish engulfing here. Look, the price came into this bullish engulfing. Do you see this here? Then it went up again into the supply zone, then came back down, and then after, look, 1, 2, 3 highs at similar price. So you had 1, 2, and then 3, right? Look, 1, 2, 3. So you already had 3 swing highs. What that means, guys, is that the traders, the sellers who want to short, have probably filled their orders. They need 2 or 3 times to do that. Okay, in most cases they need 2 or 3 times. So this is the 5 minute time frame. Does this mean that the price now, because it broke down here, will drop to 7K or 8K? No, guys, this is the 5 minute time frame. If you zoom out, you will see that this is just one of the highs of the new pattern that is forming. Okay, the new structure that we have, and we want, like I told you, we want 2 or 3 highs and lows at similar prices. So we had now 1, we had 2, okay, and eventually the price will come back up here again, and then maybe break out. Hold on, let me look at this actually. So we had strong demand zone formed here. Let me remove everything first. But I hope it was understandable why I showed you the 5 minute. Even on the 5 minute, here in this small place, you had the fractal, right, guys? You had the fractal that I'm talking about. Although we don't trade a small time frame like that, it was important to show you that you have the fractal everywhere, and it is helpful to determine the zones that you trade. So what we had here was that the price did rally, then reached the supply zone, and then the price started to drop, right? Eventually many people tried to short here, and all those sell orders then have been consumed to make the price rally. So we have a demand zone here then, right? We take the last down candle, as you know, rally base rally. This is a nice rally base rally zone. And okay, now we have the structure forming here. The first high, and the price then comes down a bit. It's the second high, then comes back into this zone of rally base rally, and now starts to go up again. So we might eventually get a new high, and then at the end, when the price then decides the direction it wants to go, then yeah, you can be happy if you did long here somewhere, because then you had long the bottom, the low of the consolidation. And if the price decides to go down, then you would be lucky that you have shorted here the highs of the consolidation. But you never know, guys. You can never be sure, as I told you, because on the higher time frame, the next resistance is here. Yes, it is more likely that the price will go higher, but we can never be sure about that. So I don't know. They might make the price reverse earlier because I don't know, other reasons. But this is how I trade it. I look on the higher time frame. If my target is here on the higher time frame, I am more bullish for the price to go higher. Without being certain about it. So what I try sometimes is I take profit, try to relong, and so on. Okay, but the best thing is, of course, when you get an entry like here, then to hold it to the target, so you have less work, okay, less stress, and the most profit. But I know that's easier said than done. Also, guys, sometimes a rally based rally zone can be stronger. Sometimes a rally based rally zone can be stronger than a rally base drop or a drop base rally zone. That can happen, okay? In general, yes, the drop base rally zones are stronger, okay? The drop base rally zones are stronger in general. As you see here, the price dropped, base did rally, and this zone has proven that it's strong, right? So in general, these zones are stronger. Here, rally, base, drop. This zone is strong, price came in it and then did reverse. The reason for this is because they have more buy orders to fill sell trades. Okay, here people are buying, so a lot of buy orders coming into the market, and then they use those buy orders to sell. That means a lot of sell trades have been filled here. This is why the zone is usually stronger than a rally base rally zone. Here you have a rally base rally zone. But sometimes, guys, in some cases, rally-based rally zones can be stronger. And how and when that can happen is when many traders, when the majority of the traders try to short here, because this is a high here, okay? And when the majority of the traders try to sell here, for example, and then these sell orders are being used to make the price rally, and then you will have a strong rally based rally zone. Let me show you one of the examples, maybe somewhere here. Let's say you have a consolidation, okay, and you know the breakout traders. You also have breakout traders, you have support to resistance traders. So here the price made one high here, you see this, right? The price made one high, and then when the price came to that high, it did show reaction. You see this? Because probably a lot of traders tried to short here because the price had reached this high, right? So when many people tried to sell here, but the buyers decide to step in, take all the sell orders and push the price higher, okay? So many buy orders are being filled here because people try to sell, actually. but the buyers are in control. They take the sell orders, and what they do is they form this demand zone, which is, as you see, later showing good reaction when the price comes into that zone. Okay, that can happen. It is also probably one of the reasons why the price right now did show nice reaction here. So as you see also on this candle here, bullish engulfing, yeah, some buy trades have been filled here, obviously, right? So a few sell orders came into the market, then bam, those have been consumed to make the price yeah, pump. Later on, when the price comes into that zone, what happens is nice reaction, and some members in the group took this trade. Congrats guys, I saw Wuza and Bandit, the admins, they posted this trade and they took it. Nice entry, they got this entry here. And by the way guys, when you have something like this, so I know you guys are looking for the chain, right? For the chain trades. And as I told you guys, the chain, you don't always have to look for the chain. Really, the chain has a use case. Its use case is for when the price comes into a higher time frame zone and consolidates on the zone, and you anticipate a move higher, then you can look for a chain entry to get a nice tight entry for the move up. So we had a chain entry here. Let's look. Well, yeah, not a perfect one, but we had a bullish engulfing before the price reached the higher time frame demand zone, right? So you had this supply zone, then the supply zone had been broken and the price came into this zone of demand, although not touched perfectly, I think. Oh yeah, it touched it actually. Yeah, on the 50-minute it touched it. You might say now, but the zone is in the zone. Yes, on the 50-minute it is not a perfect picture, guys. On the 5-minute time frame, here this is actually, you know, it is not perfect. Nevertheless, it is a structure. It is there and it happened fast, okay? Because the higher time frame zone really did show strong reaction. The price bounced. And some members, I think Wuza also caught this one when the price came here in this 15-minute time frame. Our admin Wuza posted that and posted the trade and took the trade. I'm really sorry to be not active this week, guys. Really, I am so it stresses me a lot, really. I want to be active, I want to participate in these trades, but you know the reasons. I had some family commitments and I'm trying my best, and I know soon it will be better, okay? Very soon, after I did handle some things, it will be better. Okay, let's get back to the chain topic. Yeah, we had a clear bearish engulfing here. This is the 50-minute time frame. We trade the 50-minute time frame, guys. We trade it. It is a nice time frame to trade for intraday scalping and all that. A clear bearish engulfing had formed after this whole rally, maybe the first one, right? Yeah, it was the first bearish engulfing. Okay, here was a small one, but not a big engulfing. But here you had a big engulfing here. Down candle is double the size of the up candle, so this is a nice engulfing, and then bam, it gets broken. You have an event. This is the event, and what you look for now is the origin or the birth of the move, right? After this zone had formed, of course. So here you look at the bottom. Do you have a bullish engulfing? Nope, no bullish engulfing. And now I'm gonna tell you that you don't always need a bullish engulfing, guys. Okay, you have a pretty clear basing, okay, yeah, a base, a demand zone. What you can do is you can mark that basing zone, that yeah, rally base drop, and this is basically a drop base rally on we can now mark this basing zone, and you can also switch to one time frame higher or lower, guys, to see if this zone is maybe a bullish engulfing on the higher time frame or lower time frame. And as you see, yes, it is on the 30-minute. It is a pretty clean bullish engulfing structure, right? So you can use different sequences, guys. As you see, on the 30-minute you have no bearish engulfing supply here, but therefore you have the bullish engulfing here, and on the 15-minute it is the opposite. Nonetheless, now you know that you have a zone of supply here which has been broken, and then you have a demand zone. On the 30-minute, this is even a bullish engulfing zone, a nice one. It's also not hard to guess, guys, that this is a bullish engulfing on the higher time frame, because you see a strong move up right after a basing zone, so it is most likely a bullish engulfing on the higher time frame. When I saw this on the 50-minute, I basically guessed that it's probably a bullish engulfing, and yes, it is. Okay, so yes, the chain has rules. We take bullish engulfing zones normally, but if you have pretty obvious zones of demand or supply, okay, strong zones, obvious basing zones like here, then what you can do is you can use it for the chain. And then when the price came here, it did show nice reaction, and the admins caught this one with a tight entry below here, right? And yes, hopefully the price goes up and maybe even reach the H4 zone of supply. No guarantee, guys. I just had a few minutes left before I go to my job, and I made this video. Hope it was helpful. We had two topics: the reversal structure pattern. If you didn't understand it, watch the video again. We have the fractal, the pattern everywhere, guys, in all the time frames. And when you have one high formed and you anticipate another low, another high, because we actually want at least 2 or 3 highs and lows during a consolidation, then you can take one of the zones. Here, let me make it a bit easier and show it on the daily. So when the price makes a high and then a low, okay, what you now had was one high and one low, but you eventually want 2 or 3 of them. Now you mark this zone and you expect the price when it comes here that it bounces again for the 3rd high, okay, so that you have at least 3 highs. Yo, hope it was helpful. Another thing, sometimes you have more than 2 or 3 swing highs and swing lows. Sometimes you have 5 or 6. That is a sign for a real big reversal that is going on, okay? When you have more than 2 or 3 swing highs, because usually you have 2 or 3, but when you have 4, 5 or even 6, then you know there is really something going on, a distribution or a big reversal. Look, guys, here, everywhere, you have it everywhere. I'm not talking shit. 1, 2, 3 at similar price, and then price rallies. Okay, here as well, although the structure here was not the best. So 1, 2, 3, and yes, I wish everyone a good week. um, another thing, guys, another thing, don't overtrade. Okay, don't lose your money over trading. You pay fees, you pay high fees to the exchanges. If you are not sure about a trade, trading less but good is better than taking too many trades and then stopping out some of them. And if you take profits early from your trades that are actually going up, then it will not cover your losses from the stopped out trades. You actually have to hold the winning trades so that you recover your losses from the stop trades. Okay, if you take many trades and take profit all the time, before 3 or 4 R actually had been reached from the trade, then it will not recover your losses, because your losses 1 R, and if you take profit at 1 R or before 1 R, yeah, it will not sum up. It will not help you to recover the losses. Your losses will become more. So what you need to do is, yeah, do not overtrade. It's not, or don't take profits early. If you need to practice that, I need to practice that myself as well. I am not the best, but I just wanted to say this. Do not overtrade. Look, I didn't trade this week. Only 1 or 2 trades, small scalps, but at least I didn't lose money. Yeah, not losing is more important, guys. Learning than trying to rush into trades and then losing money, because it's frustrating. Okay, don't get frustrated. Stay positive. Be good to your loved ones. Enjoy your life. See you soon. Bye bye.